Things, tables and chairs are dusted up, corners swept, signs polished, soapbox set up. Time to get it going. Greetings and salutations, Streamland. Your boy Ravager's back at it again. Alright, welcome to another episode of Ravager's Game Corners. Terrible game for awesome people, where I, your host, Ravager, for you awesome people, terrible gaming to mock. Alright, let's get started. As the title says, it's a short one because I do work today. And I do have a limited time to get this quest done, and I want to get it done before for you folks, so that way it can be archived for posterity later on. Anyways, let's go. First things first, I'm going to hit up a domain, I guess. Which one is this one particularly? How many of these do I have? Not enough, as the saying goes. Mm. 3 times 60 should be 180, so that should be enough. Not that I need to, because, yeah, that's over with, so there's that. Oh, that reminds me. Because the new update's coming in tomorrow, I think? It is, if I remember right. Let me double check myself. Yeah, it's at least one to work with. Yeah, I'll still be shy of that, naturally. Kind of figured that was going to be the case. Yeah, it wouldn't be worth my hassle to do this one either. Yeah, so yeah, as I said, basically not tomorrow, but it's Wednesday when it goes live. The Lantern Rite and all that is gonna happen. Call of Peanuts getting released. So, oh boy. Oh boy, I'm excited! But anyways, let's get to it. Alright, this one's all characters electro damage. Oh yeah, and I don't want to deal with this nonsense later, because I managed to get my shot correct on that one. Alright, let's see here. Yep, let's do it. Knock this out 3 times, then back to the questing. And if everything goes well, probably get also some Call of Duty finished as well. Because I also have to finish that up by Wednesdays. But with the concept of me doing this, though, means I'm going to be spending 1 day not broadcasting at this week on my day off. So I mean, a full day, no broadcast, which is what I usually do is on my days off.
Our bond is strong.
Glory to Al Akbar! Where you heading? The long sleep beckons. Do you fear the dark? Observe.
Oh, well, I missed my window to do that.
Dissipate.
Get back!
I'll get this rotation down better eventually. Just give it a moment.
Sage's wisdom! Excuse me?
Beware the creatures of the night.
Oh, where is that? Oh, there he is.
Be silent. Close your eyes. Do you fear the dark? Be silent. Night falls.
Keep back!
It's an enemy stand. Hi, little gremlin.
I'll settle this. Dissipate.
Move or be moved. Give me some space.
Who's that guy first?
The night cometh. Close your eyes. Huh? Observe. To dust.
There we are. Yep. Alright, now I got that done out of the way. Let's get to the questing. More or less. More or less. Gotta craft my resin. There we are. I also gotta get back to farming also all the stuff, crystal flies I need for it too, honestly. Okay, now that I got that, go ahead to Dragon's Find now, so, okay. Let's see, let's bring the Wanderer. Well, first let's bring in... Hard to say who to bring in first off. Okay, Mona, natural.
This is how it must be.
Durin.
Increasing our combat strength? I'll do my best.
Wonder.
Are you sure it has to be me?
Yes, I am sure, dude. Hat guy. Yep. Anyways, let's do it.
So this is the other Durin, huh? If this had been the dragon that ended up being revived in Mondstadt, there's no telling what kind of calamity that people would have had to endure. So, if you think about it like that, Durin's actually a hero. No, I'm just a little envious, that's all. Not everyone gets a chance to be a hero.
Actually, most of the credit belongs to Albedo.
Then again, barely anyone even remembers you at this point. So I guess there's not much left to envy.
Ah, so you three still remember Durin. Looks like the memory loss hasn't spread to close friends. Yet. I guess that means my memory of you must still be complete as well.
Albedo.
You're finally here! Oh, boy, do we have a whole pile of questions for you!
Oh, you're here too?
I think I've pieced together some of what happened to him. But what's your take on things?
Master Jean filled me in on what happened, and I've got a few theories. But let's get on the same page first.
You exchange intel with Albedo.
Well, physically,
And
he's
here I was
doing
speaking
fine.
for the last
His
2
body
minutes,
is
and I
holding the
forgot
abyssal power at bay.
my microphone
And
table.
there's nothing whatsoever to indicate any risk of collapse.
So, from an alchemy point of view, there's nothing wrong with him?
The issue isn't so much that the abyssal power within him has gotten out of control. It's that the connection between his will and body is fading. If he ends up losing his conscious will, his body will fall back on its biological instincts. And that's when the abyssal power within it will take over. This book mentioned a witches' gathering. It seems like quite a few of these witches got themselves involved in Durin's case. Which brings me to my theory. Bringing fairy tale Durin into this world to replace the Durin on Dragonspine means using one Durin's fate to overwrite the others. But the power of alchemy alone would not be enough to pull off such a feat. It would have required the combined use of Miss Barbeloff's astrology, my teacher's alchemy, and Aunt Alice's magic. After learning of Miss Barbeloff's prophecy, Durin and I finally came up with a way to settle the Dragonspine Durin problem for good. And I took care of the alchemy side of things, which, looking back on it, seems to have been a part of their plan all along. So now, there's only one thing missing.
The magic, right?
As for the fate theory our friend in the hat just mentioned, I still can't figure out how any kind of magic could possibly influence the fate of Tevat. But I'm certain that the answer lies within this book.
So, the reason Alice had us complete this book was to make that magic possible?
A form of magic powerful enough to rewrite fate itself.
Well, we've no time to lose. I just need to take a look at the book. The next part of the story most likely relates to me. So the memory that unlocks it must be connected to me too.
Huh?
The giant tree was home to a broken branch, the shape of its splintered arm aligning perfectly with the branch that had burst forth from the castle walls. Join yourself to that broken bough, for there you may take root at last, and henceforth bask in the sun and rain of the world beyond the castle. But first, fetch the stickiest clay, and let it bind the scar of the break.
I see.
Guided by the breeze, the little dragon arrived at an alchemist's workshop.
Yeah.
There he was greeted by a clay figure, a child molded by the Sage Witch's hands. Though gentle in appearance, he had inherited his mother's cold, sharp wisdom.
This is definitely
And
Albedo.
he was determined to avert the calamity the evil dragon would bring, and so was his helper, none other than the little dragon himself.
What is this place?
It looks like it's modeled after an alchemist's workshop. Or rather, a cliched stereotype of one.
Albedo?
Hold on. Why do I look like this?
Oh, yeah! We forgot to tell you. Basically, the characters in the story are reflections of how Durin sees them.
At least you're still human-shaped?
Well, since Cat Guy has taken on a different appearance too, that must mean the two of us are both characters in the story. But you,
Indeed.
Paimon, and Durin haven't changed at all. You must be special figures in some way.
I'd like to know more about that too. But seeing as none of them can explain it, let's just concentrate on moving the plot forward.
It looks like it's modeled after an alchemist's workshop. Or rather, a cliched stereotype of one.
This is entertaining to watch. I'm telling you. Giant books. Okay.
And just
I'm
like
getting
that,
something like that.
the group stumbled upon a hidden passageway. Intricately crafted, it seemed to lead them towards another exciting chapter of the tale.
Is it exciting though?
Come on! What are we waiting for? Next chapter, here we come! Ouch!
Invisible wall. Denied.
But this was a chapter that had not yet been written. Ahead of them was a storyless void, and they could go no further.
Like the invisible walls in the game.
What's the point of having a path here?
Maybe the author had a flash of inspiration and their mind went blank.
Sounds like a pretty bad habit for a writer.
Nah, that's common for writers. What the hell are you talking about?
Over here.
It's called Rise Black Paimon. Learn to get used to it.
What the clay figure found was none other than the evil dragon's heart itself. Though the
like
creature
looking
had
at
perished
Minecraft
long
or
ago, its heart was still there, pulsing away and growing warmer with every beat. And the clay alchemist knew what it meant. That the evil dragon would return one day, just as the prophecy had foretold. Yet, guided by his mother's wisdom, he foresaw another fate. If only the alchemist could bestow this heart upon the little dragon, he might be reborn in the evil dragon's stead. Only then would the evil dragon's heart grow still, and the little one inherit its tale.
Sounds
Alright.
like this chapter's about Albedo bringing me to life?
If
Sounds
that
like
really
it.
was the solution, though, this would have been over the minute I finished the transmutation. So why is Durin still being forgotten?
There has to be some other reason.
I think there is, kids. There are still places we can check.
Yeah, I'd like to explore the area a bit more.
Unless the little dragon kept moving, eventually he would be forgotten.
Let's try Heart of the Evil Dragon. Fuse with the Heart of the Evil Dragon. As we know, fuse naturally. Do the fusion
evil
dance.
dragon's heart continued to beat,
Fusion.
as if
Ha!
waiting for the little dragon to accept it as his own.
Looks like we have no choice but to get this done. Whatever happens next, Durin is going to need all of our help. Is everyone ready?
We're ready.
What the clay figure found was none other than the evil dragon's heart itself. Though the creature had perished long ago, its heart was still there, pulsing away and growing warmer with every beat. and the clay alchemist knew what it meant. That the evil dragon would return one day, just as the prophecy had foretold. Yet, guided by his mother's wisdom, he foresaw another fate. If only the alchemist could bestow this heart upon the little dragon, he might be reborn in the evil dragon's stead. Only then would the evil dragon's heart grow still, and the little one inherit its tale. At last, the little dragon accepted the evil dragon's heart, and a new life came into being. The evil dragon's heart beat in his chest, and the little dragon's soul guided him forward. Thus did the prophecy hold true, even as fate had been rewritten. And so was the little dragon born anew.
All right. Well, got that part settled.
A happy ending. That must be the
Is
last
it a happy
step,
ending
right?
now?
Woohoo! We completed the story!
You sure about that? Because I think not. But then, why are we still here?
Born anew, the little dragon set off once more, his story far from over.
Huh? So, that wasn't the end?
What comes next might be the most crucial part of all. The real last step.
If fate really is as devious as they say, then I say, show us what you've got.
Wow. You're all so serious all of a sudden.
Well, yeah.
Durin, are you alright?
The evil dragon's heart was now one with the little dragon, yet the dark power within it still lingered. Would the little dragon dare to hold this power back, or would he simply give in?
Giving is not for this guy.
What kind of question is that? Of course he's gonna control it. What choice does he have?
Well, he has a choice of letting go, but why would he?
So, will the little dragon dare to hold this power back, or will he simply give in?
What's up with the narrator?
Excellent question.
Would he dare to hold this power back, or would he simply give in?
Hold back the darkness. And I don't have the ink necessary. Oh, that's a shame. By the looks of it, I don't have enough ink.
The little dragon and his companions. Blank. Blank again.
Huh? What's going on? Are we running out of ink?
Once the ink runs out, is that the end of the story?
I had a feeling this would happen.
What's happening to the others?
Now that the story's ink was spent, all that lay ahead were blank pages.
Well, that didn't well.
Looks like you've discovered another possible ending. Do not lose hope. You just need to keep searching, for there are possibilities that only you can bring to life.
Alright. Flip back. Return to the castle.
Would he dare to hold this power back?
Let's see what happens.
Returning to the castle. I just never thought crossing over into a new world would create so much trouble. All I wanted was to make some friends. I'm starting to think I kind of miss being in Simulanka.
You might look back on it with fondness, but if I were you, I wouldn't miss it.
Why?
Sometimes, moving on with your life comes at a cost. But that's better than going nowhere at all.
You don't have to worry, Durin. No matter what problem you face, there will always be a solution.
Okay. Sometimes I wish I could just go back and see it again.
Story will eventually reach its conclusion.
As the little dragon slipped back inside the castle's walls, the clamor of the outside world fell away. There was no danger here, no problems for the little dragon to resolve. As soon as his mother finished her story, it was time for the child to drift off into the world of dreams. And so the story ended, with the little dragon fast asleep in his castle, just like he had never even hatched.
What's going on? I feel so weak.
This is not bad ending.
Durin, wake up!
We reached an ending.
But this can't be how it ends. Durin promised to bring back everyone's memories. There's no way he'd accept an ending like this.
Looks like you've discovered another possible ending. Do not lose hope. You just need to keep searching, for there are possibilities that only you can bring to life.
I don't know, I'm starting to doubt that, Toots. Alright, let's see here. Let's do it one more time.
Would he dare to hold this power map? Or would he simply give in?
I could always give in, because there's no other way no other ending I could select. It's not doing anything else, so I guess that's going to be a 30-second wait here, folks. Alright, cool enough. Not cool for me, or us, altogether, but...
Hold this power map? Or would he simply give in?
Well, hello. Doing good yourself?
Not enough ink?
Would he dare to hold this power map?
The prophecy is destined to come true. Alright, let's see if I get a different ending this time.
The little dragon was at an impasse, and the dark power within him surged like a tide. Unchecked, the darkness engulfed everything around it, including the little dragon's soul. The little dragon's story faded into nothingness, and in the world beyond the castle, only the evil dragon's tale endured.
Is this... me?
And so the story ended, with the little dragon fading from sight.
Alright,
leaving nothing but the evil dragon's shadow in his place.
if you're... I do have to wonder, though. How do you enjoy watching anything if you're deaf? Not that's against anything against deaf people, it's just a curious question. Alright, let's see. Okay, parent. Give me a second, folks. I swear, some people just.
Oh no! That means Durin... What do we do now?
I don't understand people. If you're deaf, why do you? Or at the very least, you should mention it.
Another possible ending. Do not lose hope. You just need to keep searching, for there are possibilities that
At least
only
mention it
you
first thing
can
before
bring
you
to life.
before you have me or try to respond or anything. Alright. There's nothing else I can do about that part.
What's going on here? Why isn't the story letting Durin just suppress the abyssal power?
I guess it's supposed to go like this purposely.
It seems the act of suppressing the power counts as an event in the story. In other words, we would need ink to write it in.
So, what now? Did we use too much earlier? How are we supposed to write a happy ending with only this much left?
It's possible it's just not time for the story to end.
Well, this is Durin's story. As long as he's alive and well, why should it end?
If there really is such a direct correlation between the story and his fate, I may have a potential hypothesis.
Okay.
Durin was,
Cool.
and still is in essence, a storybook character, written into being by M. From the moment he was born, he has always dwelt within her story. And I suspect it has remained the case, even after his arrival in Tevat. Reviving Durin in the evil dragon's place was an act of grafting this Durin story onto the latter's fate. In essence, that is how his fate was rewritten. But there is a fundamental difference between a being's story and its fate. As
Glad to
Miss
hear that.
Marbeloth reminded us, the fate of every living being in Tevat has been woven into the fabric of time.
Just like what?
Its most natural path, therefore, is to proceed along its given track. But Durin's story, on the other hand,
Needs an author to continue writing
as
it.
Durin's connection to this world wore thin, not only have people started to forget him, he started to lose control of the abyssal power within. In other words, his story can't continue. Because the author's ink is drying up. That's what it seems like to me.
It would seem the little
Excellent
dragon
deduction.
had made a group of fine friends indeed.
Save it. The question is, are you here to help him or stand in his way?
Hey.
Is as far as the story can go. What path will you choose?
No, I did not. The story ends now. Durin would just vanish.
I suppose the final decision is up to me. It's hard to believe I never actually left my mother's story. If that's true, I'd like to go there and see for myself.
By there, I take it you mean the blank pages of the unwritten chapter ahead?
But we still don't even know how Alice's magic
I'm not afraid.
You go for it. We'll be with you all the way.
I second that. It would seem this is one answer you need to go seize for yourself.
So be it. Whatever obstacles stand in your way, we'll tear them down together.
Break through the boundary of the tail.
Facing that invisible wall, it was as if the little dragon
Or is it higher?
staring at the uncrossable edge of existence itself.
That question makes no sense. Folks, I really should not have to use a decoder ring to understand what you're saying to me. That's it's taxing enough as it is. Okay, guy, actually.
The night began to fracture, as if struck by some transcendent will.
Ah, there you are.
Gotta keep going.
Ahead lies only a stormless void.
My consciousness is slipping away.
Keep going, Durin. A pure soul is your essence, not an empty void.
I feel so weak.
Stand tall, Durin. You are not some amorphous idea. The body I made for you is flesh and bone.
Am I truly alive?
Yes, Durin. But you must keep going.
Why you not stream
You're
every
as
day?
alive and real as I am.
Okay,
I can't feel a connection.
You're not alone in this world, Durin. At the very least, you have me.
I can't remember anything. Who am I?
Your name is Durin, and there are many who still remember it.
My name is Durin.
You're taking too long. Come on, Durin, run! In this world, fate waits for no one.
Wait! Where am I meant to go? What am I supposed to do?
Go. Make your wish come true, Durin.
My wish?
that's why. Because I commute. I work 40 hours work weeks, and that's commute 2 hours every day to and from work. That's why I don't.
Not over yet.
Silence, huh? Have you nothing to say about my proposal?
Oh yeah, him.
Let me get this straight. You want to graft your story onto this unfinished thread of fate. and in doing so,
That is granddaughter.
not
I thought
only
so.
rewrite that fate,
Guess
but
Nicole's not
allow
in
the
the party with
story
one.
to live on.
Quite the brilliant idea. Still, the story's survival depends entirely on whether the author keeps writing.
Exactly. And the moment foretold by the prophecy is still centuries away.
I see. I thought my own ignorance might be the problem. That I'd asked more of the noble science of alchemy than it could ever deliver. Or that I had failed to discern the heavenly signs and grasp the secret truth underlying the prophecy. Little did I imagine that time itself would prove to be the greatest hurdle of
Yeah,
all.
'cause she's the only mortal amongst
Well,
them.
my friend,
Or-
this has been a most intriguing experiment. And from an
Should say-
academic perspective, at least, I don't think it was a bad proposal.
Someday, the prophecy will come to pass. So remember, my friend, much like the stars themselves, there will always be something that transcends the test of time.
Thank you, everyone. You've helped me so much already. But, Alice, I still have one final favor to ask of you. Will you lend me your magic one last time, just enough for me to keep his story alive until the prophecy is fulfilled?
You mean you want me to extend your lifespan?
No.
No, not in that sense. As Rhindaughter once told me, the laws governing life and death are among the most unyielding.
Although
in
Alice
this
could have done
world.
it. So could
I'm well aware
Granddaughter.
of that. Whether it lasts a day or an age, the span of one's life is determined by fate alone. If I tried to breach that law by force, I'm afraid I would lose what makes me human. This is not a path I want to go down. If I am to die, then I shall die a human.
So, what is it that you want me to do?
I would like you to send this pen of mine into the future.
I see. Then perhaps there really is a way I can help. I could create a kind of story magic to take over the writing once you're gone. Oh, but for it to work, you would need to provide enough of your own words for it to learn from.
How much?
Oh, an immense amount. So much, in fact, that you would have to spend the rest of your life writing. And even then, I'm sorry to say, it would not last forever. No matter how much you write, there is a limit to the number of words you can leave behind. But the world itself will never stop changing. Someday, perhaps, even your entire corpus will not be enough for the magic to continue describing this world. And when that happens, the story will end.
Still, it's worth a try.
Oh, my dear Anya. Even after all this time, you're still... Look at you. You should be enjoying your old age in peace and quiet, especially now that things are finally returning to normal after that terrible calamity.
Once he leaves Simulanka, things will only get more complicated. If his story is to continue, there needs to
Damn,
be
now
more
that's what we
material
call...
for the magic
That's
to
what they
draw
say, man.
upon.
Nothing more fierce than the parents' love.
I'll just have to skip over some of the less important details.
Anya, why do you insist on sending him out of the storybook world? Why must he face his fate into that? Why not just let him remain within the story? With my magic, even fate's curse could be undone and he could live happily ever after.
I suppose. In fairy tales, all it takes is a heartfelt wish. And even a wooden puppet can turn himself into a real boy and live happily
Pinocchio.
ever
Mentioned
after.
right there.
That's just how fairy tales end, isn't it? But have you ever wondered what happens
No,
to
that's
the
not how
main
fairy tales end.
character
Fairy tales
after
I would
the
never always
ever
end it with
after?
happy ever after.
Tell me, Alice, in your eyes, what would be a writer's greatest regret?
To leave a story without an ending.
Not a bad answer. It's true, many writers come to consider that their greatest regret. But I see things differently. My greatest regret is that every story I write has to come to an end in the first place.
Anya.
No matter how brilliantly a character shines, the moment their story ends, their potential is lost forever. For them, the story itself becomes an inescapable fate. But what if, instead, I could place my pen in their hand and let them continue the story themselves?
You mean...
You said it yourself. I can only leave so many words behind. Even with your magic, the idea that I could keep the story going until the prophecy comes to pass is wishful thinking at best. But I found a way to use your magic to transform some of my finished stories into a special kind of ink. This ink is a magical medium he can use to complete the story.
What kind of magic does Anya
way
actually
he
have,
wants
though?
to.
She's a storybook mage.
For what
storytelling
is
mage.
storytelling but another kind of magic? And if he can experience the whole tale himself while leaving behind his own wishes and aspirations, even once he reaches the chapter where I stopped, he'll still be able to carry the story forward on his own. And so, by leaving him this ink, I can entrust him with the responsibility of writing his own story.
A character with the power to write their own story.
Makes sense how you would solve that conundrum.
He'll finally be free from the cage that is my pen. And like anyone else living in the real world, he can go on to create a life of his own.
And you no longer need to worry about the constraints of my magic. What a brilliant idea, Anya. But there are still risks. First of all, once he arrives in Tevat, he'll have to rely entirely on the story you left him to maintain his connection to that world. As you gradually hand over creative control, that connection will grow weaker, and at some point, he might lose it altogether.
But at the same time, he'll also have the chance to forge that connection for himself.
The issue is, this method taps into too many of Tevat's core secrets. Any overt hints you try to leave will be erased in no time. In fact, it'd be hard for you to leave anything at all to guide them.
We still have the story itself, though. I can use that to show them the way.
It's entirely possible he burns through all your ink, never reaches the chapter you had in mind, and gets stuck, roaming the chapters of his past. But despite all that,
I still believe in what this child can become. His hopes and wishes can be his ink, so he won't be trapped by mine running dry.
Oh, what the writer you are, Anya. Your imagination never ceases to amaze. And you do know how much I love a happy ending. You shall have my help, my dear.
Thank you, my friend. Well then, my child, do you understand what you must do?
Yes, I think I do. It's my turn to keep this story alive.
Then what's holding you back?
What will become of you after I take up this pen?
I will fade away. There will no longer be a reason for me to go on existing.
She's already died, though, so...
My child, or your mother, I should say, passed away long ago. The voice you're hearing is nothing but a magical echo that has now fulfilled its purpose. You needn't feel so reluctant to let me go.
I know my mother died long ago. It's just... when you lose your mom too soon, it's hard to tear yourself away from the stories she used to read. I guess it's a silly way of pretending she's still here, by your side.
Durin.
But after coming to this world and traveling it with my friends, facing all kinds of enemies together, I suddenly realized I couldn't just sit around listening to my mother's stories because I'd found a new purpose in life. Maybe this is just what growing up feels like. With all my new friends waiting, it's time I finally set aside my mother's storybook. I'm ready to grow up now, Mom.
Then take this. A gift I should have given you a long time ago. You've witnessed this story from the very beginning. Made your wishes, offered your blessings, and even wrote your choices into its pages. From here on out, this pen is yours. Now I ask of you, the other pillar of this story, as both its reader and its witness, will you turn the page so the next chapter can begin?
Turn the page. So the next chapter can begin.
Suddenly, and without warning, the powers of darkness struck. The question was, could the little dragon prevail? Alas, it was here that the story witch's tale had to end.
But Durin's tale, on the other hand, had only just begun. Stepping into his mother's memories, he picked up her pen. And so the story that was ending began anew. He had made up his mind to challenge the fate that barred the way ahead.
Oh yeah? Do I have to fight this Durin again?
Looks like this is the final step.
A chance to strike back at fate? Now that's not something that comes knocking every day.
Indeed.
No, that fate no longer defines me. In the end, only my story shall endure.
Alright. Alright, so what?
Watch out! Absurd! Watch out!
Well, that kind of bites.
Get back! Element for the end!
Yeah, that shit was not gonna save you, bud.
No dodging this one. Here, I'll help lift you up.
What? Oh. Totally forgot about it. Gonna have to wait a moment. You know something.
Only my story shall endure. Watch out!
Out, that's gonna hurt and then some. Taunting me, isn't he?
Absurd! Watch out! Decay! New life! Stop that!
Looks like there's nowhere to hide. Here, I'll cover for you.
This time, the light prevails.
Alright, that took care of it.
Thank you, Mom. And so it was that Durin defeated the darkness and rewrote his fate. But his story is far from over.
Alright, gotta grab my cup of coffee.
Is everyone okay?
We're fine, thanks. And hey, we all saw how you fought back there. That was awesome!
Alright, oof. That new
I
outfit
have to
looks a lot more
admit,
free.
I do feel like something in me has changed. I owe you all so much. Without your help, I don't know if I could have ever made it this far.
Just a shame I could only help out from the sidelines. Like I said before, it's not every day that you get to put fate in its place.
Well, I'm sure you'll hear it someday.
Hear what?
The chance to strike back at fate knocking at your door.
Yeah, maybe someday.
Allow me to just
Something
check
tells
one
me
thing.
I already know what you're gonna ask.
Yes. The abyssal power within you has stabilized again. And those strange symptoms you were experiencing seem to have completely disappeared.
Oh, thank goodness!
Hold on, folks. That's the sound of my coffee. Be right back. Hold on, folks. Give me a moment here. I got my coffee. I'm just need to finish typing this. Alright. Alright, okay, let's continue on. The dialogue.
I wonder what it means, though. Aside from the principles of alchemy, what other law of this world governs his being?
Look, it all turned out fine, so just leave it at that. Now that this one's out of danger, it's time for me to get out of here.
You're
Leave the
leaving
hat
so
guy.
soon?
Leave-
Don't humans
leave to
usually
wonder.
throw a party after something like this?
A party? Do I look like that kind of guy? Anyway, come find me again next time you're in trouble. That's what friends are for, right?
Alright, there, now that I got my bowl cleaned out. Okay, about another 20 or so minutes, I gotta get started on making my lunch. Some people never change.
In a way, though, he is right. This is Durin's moment to celebrate, not the time for academic discussions.
Hey, I don't blame you for asking. And honestly, I'd be perfectly happy to talk about it. It's just, I wouldn't even know where to start.
It's all right. I'm sure we'll get a chance at some point. After all, your story's only just begun. All right then. Traveler and Paimon, we'll part ways here. Given the extraordinary nature of the things we witnessed today, I need to make sure it's all recorded properly.
Okay, see ya!
Yep, him and his scientific analysis.
It's party time next! Huh?
Not just yet, my friend. And of course, Alice is going to talk to us now.
Congratulations on completing your mission. Now then, as per our agreement, it's about time you returned that book.
She must have known the moment we finished. Just like she said she would.
I'm guessing Alice's magic deals
I've
with
heard
time.
dressing appropriately is a must for socializing.
Which begs the question then. Hold on. Okay, there's some slight differences in... Fun little lore reading here. In the glass, he saw. Okay. As the smoke dissipated from the alchemical gradually dissipated, a glimmer of starlight drew Durin's gaze toward the window. In the reflection in the glass, he saw himself dressed in elegant garb, like a prince straight out of a fairy tale. When he looked down at himself again, he realized he was wearing that very same outfit. But who could have given him this gift? The stars outside merely twinkled soundlessly, providing no answers. Durin's original outfit has received a new lease on life now that he's taken up his mother's pen. Ultimately, he bid farewell to the past once painted by its previous owner. When the lock on his heart faded away, the distant horizon his wish now points to became the direction in which his story continues to unfold. Huh. Well, let me take a gander and see what the difference is. Ah, okay, wait, maybe? Oh, No arrows over the heart part. That's one of the things that looks different. And his tail shows more purple, like less, you know, armor scales on it. Oh, his vision's right on top of his hind there, around the base of where the tail is at. That's pretty cool. All right, let's go return the book to Alice now. Oh, really? Oh, wow! I didn't realize that was gonna be a thing. Okay, well, that's a different story. That's the stuff for what was it? That's basically talent level up material. All right, looks like I gotta do the long trek. Might as well use him to get up there faster. Because I can. Boom, what? Ah, there's Alice right there. And of course she's been speaking to us through a phonograph. Wow.
Oh, my
I
writer
like
and
that crap.
witness. It's been quite the journey, hasn't it?
You had special plans for the Traveler from the start, didn't you?
But if she said anything, she was full of the surprise.
But of course, that goes without saying. For a story to live on, it needs both a writer and a reader. Only then
Indeed.
can my magic take effect. I chose the Traveler as the witness because of the special nature of who he is.
Yeah,
It's
for real.
not easy finding someone with that kind of background, you know. For a moment, I even
She
considered
needs someone who
taking the
live
role
on
myself.
for very. She needs someone who is gonna be eternal. Well, you were the one who understood what was going on.
At least it made for an interesting story, right?
Huh? What are you doing here, tone-deaf bard?
With the Hexenzirkel carrying out such a risky experiment in Mondstadt, it didn't cross your minds that the Animo Archon might be slightly curious?
Sorry for the trouble, Lord Barbados.
Think nothing of it. I dare say the Animo Archon quite enjoyed coming along for the ride. Now then, as agreed, let us see the fruits of your labor.
Here, please take a look.
Well. Somehow, despite all my careful planning, it still turned out to be full of surprises. It never even crossed my mind that Rhindotter's child would be capable of handling that kind of alchemy in her stead. When he asked for help with the materials, oh my, I nearly couldn't believe it. If only the others were here too. We could all celebrate together.
Indeed.
I'm right here, you know. The only one who hasn't responded is the one busy stuffing her face over there.
Is that you, Barbie? A little late to the party, don't you think?
Come here, child. Let me take a closer look at you.
All
Oh,
right.
come on. We don't get to actually see what Barbalov
Here
looks
I
like.
am.
Just as I thought. This child's fate does not appear among the stars. Anya has accomplished what almost no one before her could.
Almost no
What
one.
does that mean?
Child, all you need to know is that you're very lucky indeed.
Oh.
So, what does it mean? Teacup falls silent. Perhaps the mage's thought have already drifted elsewhere. To the stars. To the stars, fool! To the stars.
she was in the story, huh?
Tell me, little Durin, what will you do next? I, for one, cannot wait to see how your story unfolds.
Well, there's so much I want to do. I'm not even sure where to begin.
How about settling your most recent regret?
Nah.
Not so fast, tone-deaf bard. What exactly did you just tell Durin to do?
To make the long overdue wish come true.
Thank you
Yeah.
once again, Alice.
How much time do you have left?
I believe these should be my final moments. Just enough time to say goodbye to my dearest friend.
This feels like having to say our final goodbyes all over again. I don't like it.
Yeah, it does.
Not one bit.
I don't know how to respond to that. Strange. You were always such a cheerful figure in my stories. I even dubbed you the Merry Witch, you know.
Oh, please. You know full well it was your stories that first taught me what true pain and sadness felt like.
Look, I wonder who
Aside from saying
Clee's
goodbye
dad
to
is.
me, shouldn't you also leave a few words for the child? Since the book will be his to continue, why don't you write him a little parting note?
Yeah, little author's
There's
notes.
no need. His mother already did that long, long ago. All that remains is for me to convey it on her behalf. My child, these may be the last words I get to leave you. I've always thought of the characters
That's what she
in my
looked like.
stories as my children, loving each one of them, just like a mother would. But you are the most extraordinary of them all. You alone can defy the fate of this world and write the perfect ending to my story.
Paper clips for a hairpin?
You alone
That makes sense.
shall
For a writer.
leave these pages. For a future I will
She was
not
quite the
see.
knockout.
Still I say to you, fly, my sweet child. Just like a forest breeze yearns for the open sky, head
Pity that she
into
never
the
left any
unknown
biological
and
progeny.
seek an adventure to call your own. If you meet a dragon bright as 1,000 jewels, dance through the air together.
I'm gonna cry, folks.
You are not alone. For
Hi,
this
come
world
up here.
has accepted your
You
place
doing good? You
in
gonna
it.
come up here?
Do not lose heart. You still have many wishes left to fulfill.
Yeah. All over.
A long tale awaits you, my love. Let songs and flowers be the ink that fills its pages. Take my pen and use it to continue your story.
And that completes that part of the quest. Finally resolved it. Alright, let me go to this. Where's it this? Ah, here it is. Magic book left by M, and ultimately handled by, the magic book left by M must ultimately be handed over to Durin, allowing him to continue writing the story. Alex created a replica of it and gifted it to you. After all, as a witness to this tale, you deserve a keepsake. Of course, this replica lacks any magical properties, but it for sure preserves all the twists and turns. Alright. Yeah. That's all I wanted to know, what it does. Alright. Now, I'm going to talk to Alice real quick. See what else is said.
There you go. Your very own copy of the book. We wouldn't want one of the story's key witnesses to leave empty-handed, now would we? Of course, this copy isn't magical in the same way, but rest assured, all the twists and turns are still there.
Wait, that really is a tuft of her hair, held up by these gilded ridges. A heart? But I mean, the brim, it definitely looks like a witch's brimmed hat, but look at how it's designed though, folks. I mean, it's like an interlocking heart and jewel just put on there. Then the jewel itself, actual jewel itself, is also shaped like a heart as well. Well, she is quite the merry witch, so she must have a big heart and all that, you know? Can I talk to Barbara? Yeah. Nope, she's not even here in person either, so... What a pity, neither her nor Nicole. Alright, let's see what 50's got to say.
And so they flew together, Durin and Dvalin, over the skies of Mondstadt. Who'd have thought such words could ever have described a happy ending, huh?
Alright, now. Time. Oh, that is going to have to wait some other time, of course. For me to unlock the some of the character, the Mondstadt characters' Hexenrai potential. In the meantime, let me go to, oh no, right here, back up to here. Yes, this one we go to first. Let's do this, of course.
A little extra training never hurts.
Says you. Gotta think here.
All right, amuse me.
Yes, my queen. I knew I was gonna say, come on.
Right behind you.
Alright, now then. Let's go to not cry. Get that done. Get that done. 'Cause I'm number one. Ooh, antidote with Nefer. Gotta do that first, I think. Before we get on to the main part of this quest. Oh, you know what that reminds me? Is there any anecdotes for Nodcry, I mean for Natlan around here either, or is just all of it going to happen at Nodcry? Because that's going to be lame if that's the case. No. Alright, let's go with Sumeru. No. Didn't think they would be right around those areas either. These are tend to be the more civilian related areas. But on the wilderness too sometimes happens, so that's why I check every single freaking aspect of this. No. Alright, that's a no-go for this as well. Okay, so Mondstadt, Sumeru, Natlan. Let's go to Fontaine. Leeway, all checked out. Fontaine, anything here of note? Of course, those are world quests, and now we'll eventually get around to doing those, but not right now. Interesting. What about you? Anything? No, nothing. Zip, nada, zilch, zero. She's the only one for today. Clearly. Ah, she's gonna be right around here, isn't she? I'll deal with all the puzzle solving later. Right now it's pointless. Ah, she must be up on top. Maybe. Yeah, there's no one will get up on top there like that. But right here would be a good way to do it. Roof climbing is such a hassle here. Here in the Zuma and Leeway, I think. Okay, why is it saying I still need to go further down? Oh. Further down to here, apparently? Well, I went further down and there was nothing for me to find there. She's near the flagship, that's why. Okay. I hate how much of a labyrinth this town is. I'm guessing she's still in the flagship. Alright, she's got to be in here somewhere. Because according to this is where she should be. But I don't see her unless she can't. I doubt she's going to be in my room or near the room I'm staying at. No, not there. Okay, about this one over here. Also not there. Okay, where are you, Nefer?
A base of dandelion wine,
There it
aged
is.
for 25 years. 1/7 part bittersweet liqueur, filled halfway with fizzy zaytun peach pop.
Yep, her and Yelan.
All three of those ingredients are fairly sugary. It'll have a lovely sweet aftertaste, even a little too cloying. A spoonful of salt and half a spoon of powdered summer orchid leaf should cut through the sweetness in a way that's clear but not overpowering.
I can imagine it now. A delightfully layered flavor.
Hi, sweet pea.
It's all down to the seasonings you sent me, Lady Nefer. Otherwise, I'd have no idea how to mix up a cocktail that so befits Nodcry.
Just a little gift. I'm glad you liked it. I'll be happy to send more when you run out.
Many thanks. Though I think one taste is enough where these seasonings are concerned. Besides, you sent so much I could hardly finish it by my lonesome. And my colleagues aren't accustomed to these flavors, so I can't even share around. I'm afraid they'll end up sitting on a shelf, going to waste.
Can't say I'm surprised your colleagues at Liyue's Ministry of Civil Affairs aren't too keen. I wouldn't expect the flavors of Nodcry to be their cup of tea. Though, from what I've seen, might I presume that we've won you over?
I wouldn't go that far, though it's not like I dislike the food here. It's good to try new things occasionally.
I love your attitude. You'd make a great businesswoman. It would be nice if everyone from the Ministry of Civil Affairs were like you.
Come on now, are we going to do this song and dance every time I drop by? Stop fixating on the Ministry. Never mind them. Have you managed to carve out a single foothold in Liyue after all these years?
You know what they say over there. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. If I don't test the waters, how will I ever know?
Don't waste your energy. No matter how long those claws of yours are, you're never getting them stuck into Liyue.
Is that a warning?
No.
It's advice.
Of course, yeah, I love these girls.
Long claws, you say? I wouldn't think myself so formidable. There's barely a handful of people I have any influence over at all. I can only really think of one young girl who listens to what I say. But she's not the brightest. And I spend more time looking after her than getting any help.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Then I guess that painter who fishes in Dihua Marsh, and that apprentice who makes tofu in Qingsa Village, and that guy who wants to work at Wanmin Restaurant. All these people who mysteriously appeared in Liyue. I guess you have no idea who they are?
You gotta love this, folks.
Many people pass through Liyue Harbor every day. Far too many to count. How could I possibly know every last one of these enigmatic nobodies?
You gotta love this little dance that they do.
Though I must say, your memory is quite impressive. Your colleagues must sleep easily, knowing they have you to lean on.
Why, thank you. Though with you around, nothing is ever easy. I can only say that there's never a boring day.
Is that so? Surely your workload has lightened now that you're far from the Ministry? If you've got time for another drink, I'd be more than happy to mix you one. Here's to a relaxing day for us both.
I gotta love watching their conversation. Alright, now... And unfortunately...
These are bounties. If you want to negotiate prices.
You can't live life without a little spice.
I think that's where we're probably gonna have to end that, folks. Unfortunately. But, however, the cool part is, I will return tomorrow to do more. To do another set of 2 hours. Because, let's see here. Actually, maybe not. Let's try to get what I can done today. Probably. Though it's only been an hour and a half. Alright, give me a moment, folks. Answer Nature's call, then we'll continue.
Lights? Where'd that guy run off to? It's actually freeze the Moon Maiden!
Surely, it is the Moon Maiden's guidance that brought you here. And sweet. Where'd that guy run off to?
Am I guiding lights? Well, surely it's actually the Moon Maiden's guidance that brought
Moon Maiden!
Where'd that guy run off to?
My guiding light? Well, it's actually a moonlit... Praise the Moon Maiden!
That brought you here. Where'd that guy run off to?
My guiding light? Well, it's actually a moonlit... Praise the Moon Maiden!
The Moon Maiden's guidance that brought you here. Where'd that guy run off to? Fresh honey, fragrant and sweet.
My guiding light?
Surely, it is the
it's
Moon
actually a
Maiden's
moonlit...
guidance that brought you here.
Praise the Moon Maiden!
Fresh honey, fragrant and sweet. Surely, it is the
guiding
Moon Maiden's
light?
guidance that brought you
Well,
here.
It's actually a moonlit... Praise the Moon Maiden!
Where'd that guy run off to? Surely, it is the Moon Maiden's guidance that brought you here.
My guiding light? Well, it's actually a moonlit... Praise the Moon Maiden!
Fresh honey, fragrant and sweet. Where'd that guy run off to? Surely, it is the Moon Maiden's guidance that brought you here.
My guiding light? Well, it's actually a moonlit... Praise the Moon Maiden!
Where'd that guy run off to? Surely, it is the Moon Maiden's guidance that brought you here.
My guiding light? Well, it's actually a moonlit... Praise the Moon Maiden!
Surely, it is the Moon Maiden's guidance that brought you here.
My guiding light? Well, it's actually a moonlit... Praise the Moon Maiden!
Surely, it is the Moon Maiden's guidance that brought you here.
My guiding light? Well, it's actually a moonlit... Praise the Moon Maiden!
Surely, it is the Moon Maiden's guidance that guy run off to?
It's actually Luli. I mean, Freeze the Moon Maiden!
Surely, it is the Moon Maiden's guidance that brought you here.
My guiding light? Well, it's actually Luli. I mean, Freeze the Moon Maiden!
Surely, it is the Moon Maiden's guidance that brought you here. Huh. Where'd that guy run off to? Surely, it is the Moon Maiden's guidance that brought you here.
Well, it's actually Luli. I mean, Freeze the Moon Maiden!
Alright, let's begin. Actually, I could have just done this right here, it'd be easier. There we are. Boom.
Huh? Hey, over there! It's Durin and Albedo with Flints! What could they be chatting about?
Yeah, it's a very good question.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Ah, Grand Master. And the Traveler and Paimon.
Hello there. It's been a while.
Perfect. We have some new volunteers for our investigation.
Volunteers for investigations? Ooh, this sounds intriguing.
Wait, let me guess. The righteous Lightkeepers are finally ready to hunt down the Abyssal Dragon?
Yes, that too.
Yeah, right! Oh, wait! Why does everyone keep saying that too?
Well, to be precise, the facts match, but not the causality.
Wait, so I guessed right?
Half right. Don't act so impressed with yourself.
Maybe I can explain. We ran into Mr. Flint's north of Nasha Town. At that time, we just noticed a few abyssal creatures out in the wild, but the strange thing was, I didn't detect any traces of abyssal energy on them at all.
Yeah,
On closer
peculiar, huh?
inspection, we realized that they were not real monsters, but something akin to reflections in the water, or perhaps a mirage.
Huh? What do you mean? Like, you could see them but not touch them?
Exactly. It was very peculiar. They roared and tried to attack us, but we could not make any physical contact with them.
I think I've heard of things like that happening in Notcry before, but I don't know much about it.
Yes, it's a known phenomenon. Mirage-like illusions tend to appear in Notcry in the run-up to Moonprayer Night. From a distance, they appear quite real. I myself thought that Misters Durin and Albedo were locked in battle with abyssal monsters when I first arrived.
But after sharing intel and investigating a little further, we can confirm that these illusions are harmless. There is no great cause for concern.
I'm glad they weren't real.
All the Mirage stories I've heard are either animals, rocks, or small houses. Abyssal monsters, though? That's a first.
It's a first for me, too. So I'm planning to look into it further just to be on the safe side. I intend to inspect a few more locations.
What about you two? Any plans?
Alice contacted me a few days ago. She'd like me and Durin to assist her with an experiment. But we lost contact shortly after receiving the message. I'm sure that comes as no surprise to anyone familiar with her.
Yeah.
We don't know when the wind will blow. Yet when the wind blows, we will know. That's in a nutshell. describes how Alice operates.
Yep.
Yeah, that tracks.
Always does. I guess I'm still wondering who Klee's dad is. Who managed to pin her down long enough to mate press?
Investigate this Mirage business in the meantime.
Or did she just, or did she
I'm
pin
pretty sure I know someone who will
a
already
lucky
be
dude
10
down?
steps ahead
That's the
of
question.
us.
Well said.
Right? Whatever's happening in Notcry, she always seems to be the first one to know. Let's go see what she knows. We can invite her and her staff to the festival while we're at it.
Indeed. Indubitably. Alright. Let's see here. Who are we going for again? Nefer? Yeah, we are. Progressing the story along. Wait, did it cancel out my navigate? Oh, it did. Little turd. Hi! Speaking of turds. Oh, hi, sweet pea. What you doing here? Oh, got some. I need to take a detangler through you again, huh? Pardon me, folks. Didn't get enough time to actually turn off the microphone for that, but at least I was able to keep my mouth covered.
You're right, I have noticed. There's certainly something a little fishy about this situation. Only a little, though. Records indicate that this phenomenon can occur in the days before and following Moon Prayer Night. That said, it has always been a rare sight in the past. The odds of encountering these phantoms are similar to looking up in the night sky, happening to see a shooting star, and managing to make a wish before it disappears. But this time, either everyone's getting lucky, or they're appearing far more frequently than usual. Yehoda's out gathering intel as we speak. In the meantime, let me check off some points of interest. First, the Abyss.
The ones we saw seem to be abyssal monsters.
Indeed. But we have identified one location where many more of them have made an appearance. And not just monsters, but human phantoms too. Given the scale and nature of the phantoms, it's almost as if someone's last memories are coming to life. Or perhaps the memories of multiple people.
Oh.
So you mean the phantom monsters are hunting down the phantom humans?
Exactly. The phantoms can interact with each
means.
other, but we have no means of intervening. In addition, some of the human phantoms would seem to be from the very distant past. This is clear both from the clothing they wear and the stories they tell. They claim to be from Hyperborea, a name which I've heard from Lauma before. If this is true, it means they must be from 6,000 years ago.
Did Paimon hear that right? 6,000 years?
Long before the Khan
like this
Raya.
merits further exploration.
That'd be a big help. I'll leave it with you, Albedo. My knowledge of ancient history is non-existent. I used to doze off every time the pre-Knights Favonius era came up in class.
Wow, and he's the Grand Master, folks. This guy's the Grand Master.
It's quite a miracle that you were able to understand these phantoms' speech, given how long ago they lived.
I suppose you're right. But I'll leave the archaeologists to ruminate over that conundrum. As an intelligence broker, my sole interest is in the value of the information I gather. Which, in this case, hopefully means earning myself some good favor with our dear Lady Moonchanter.
So calculating. Whew, this intel how broker logic always catches Paimon by surprise.
Sounds to
Why
me
should
like
it?
we could split the work up.
I think the abyssal phenomenon is best left to Albedo, Flint's, and me.
Agreed. It coincides with my duty as a lightkeeper.
For my part, I'd like to understand the abyss better. Even a little knowledge would go a long way.
This is certainly a
Durin's
rare
case, that's
opportunity to
true.
study the abyss. But even rarer, perhaps, is the chance to make contact with the ancients.
The curatorium will
Who
take
is
the
this guy?
lead on investigating the
Who is it?
Hyperboreans. We put in the work to learn what we know so far. It seems only fair that we get some quantity of exclusive intel.
That just leaves our trusty team of 2 unassigned.
Wait, we're a team? Since when?
Since you became an honorary knight, of course.
I like
This
doing
was
that.
part of my grand plan all along.
Oh yeah! By the way, we managed to convince Columbina to come to the Moon Prayer Night celebrations. Would you and Yehoda like to join too?
She agreed to that? Huh. Quite an achievement. Never underestimate the traveler, I guess. I'd
Damn
be
straight.
happy to join.
Never underestimate
No
me.
point shutting myself inside when the streets are all decked out. I doubt any clients will be visiting during the festival in any case. And Yehoda loves a party, so I'm sure she'll jump at the opportunity.
No, 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 no!
Way to contradict me in front of...
Wait, no, that's not what I have bad news, boss. So many
great.
people. All right, everyone inside, quick! This is gonna sound crazy, but hear me out. I saw one of those phantoms at Star Sand Shoal.
Okay, hear me
and
out.
It was some
Never a
sort
good
of
sign.
flying ship. Like a spaceship?
A spaceship at Star Sand Shoal?
That's gotta be the one you came to Tibet in. You said you saw the same thing through the moon marrow, right? Huh? You already know about it? Ugh, I thought I was gonna blow people's minds. Turns
Poor
out
girl.
I'm the last to find out. Wait,
She got deflated.
you came here in a spaceship? Now my mind is blown. What's it like on the inside? Was it like flying through space? I want to
Me-
know everything.
Maybe that's a conversation for next time. And this is still a huge discovery on your part.
Yep, exactly. Huge discovery. You're the best. Second best intel broker in the world. After your boss, of course. Wow. Really? Well, I don't know if I'm all that, but...
I do think you're
I
all
guess that decides where we're heading next. Come on, don't look at me like that. I know the spaceship doesn't have anything to do with me, but you don't want to leave me as the only one twiddling my thumbs, do you? Please?
No, we
Fair
don't.
enough. You can tag along.
In that case, let's meet back here to discuss our findings once we're done.
I wish everyone a productive investigation.
You too. What's up, boss? Aren't we gonna head out?
Tell me, Yehoda, when did the curatorium start giving out intel for free?
Oh, damn, she's in trouble.
Sorry, boss.
She's in trouble now, poor Yehoda. Alright, but yeah, we are going to definitely have to call it there, but that's good. It gets me another full head start onto the next leg of this. So we're going to get that first thing tomorrow, and that's going to try to do that as much of that as possible. Anyway, so until then, remember the game on. Be excellent to each other, not skedaddle, because the corner is closing.